I think from our side, it's mostly about how the mall is positioned and what kind of hypermarket retailer you're getting in based on the positioning of the mall. I think the fundamental mistake that a lot of malls make is really getting the wrong kind of retailer, wrong kind of hypermarket retailer into a, say a, upmarket mall, and then it spoils the environment. In this entire clash between digital and offline brick and mortar retail, I think if the experience is not good, more and more that upmarket consumer is going to shift online if the mall experience is not conducive to what he's used to. So it's important for the mall owner to really decide, and I think a lot of people, we're getting a lot of inquiries nowadays. We've strongly positioned ourselves as a upper middle class retailer. And we are getting calls nowadays really to make sure, one is Aura in Bangalore, we've sort of come in there purely because we believe that that was the right catchment. They believed we were the right retailer for that catchment, and that's really the partnership that needs to work much better now, considering the pressures that are there.
So Ramesh, my second question is a little bit of lead what you said is that is there a threat that the food part within the hypermarkets is going to disappear and will become totally on the e-commerce side?
I think quite the reverse. And from my experience, consumers come into stores, say 1.5 times, 1.6 times a month. As hypermarket retailers, if we are looking at an omni-channel journey, it's really about how we can increase the number of times that he buys from us. He'll come to us 1.5 times a month in the brick and mortar format, and he'll probably buy from us a couple of times on the online format. If I can actually increase the number of occasions that he buys from us in combination between off and on, I don't need to worry about food. Second thing is, if I don't put a strong food assortment, and I'm actually going the reverse way, I'm actually moving from a strong non-food assortment to a strong food assortment, because we're finding more and more that food is what draws consumers into store. Vanilla FMCG is what he buys online. But real food, whether it's perishables, whether it's fish and meat, bakery, I think there is way more experience-oriented purchase happening. And the more you keep many of those categories, the more the upper middle class. I'm not really referring to the bottom of the pyramid or the lower middle class consumer. I'm referring to the upper middle class consumer. And more you keep the kind of assortment that they need, which is perishables and things like that, international perishables, regional things like that. I think more and more consumers are coming into store for the food experience, not so much for the non-food experience. FMCG, if they just want to top up, they will.